an article about her, or it would be easy to do because what they do is just incredible.
You should do that, Corey.
She's got endless energy, and she's such a resource to the world. I mean,
right.
It's really wonderful.
They do something with Lowe's, don't they?
With Lowe's, they do a benefit.
Every month they have a dog?
On Friday, once a month.
Oh.
And it's different for different causes.
I think she did something with the mall. Wasn't she at the mall when we did our launch? Didn't they give out pet, or maybe it was the next day for the CVB, when the CVB was announcing their pet focus?
You know, I tend to ignore that dog stuff, so I really don't.
I think that's what it was. I think because I went there and in their bags, they were announcing the pet friendly, that push that the CVB did. And then they had dog biscuits and different things in the bags.
I did see a sign on the window saying it's the dog pet-friendly city.
We have great pictures. The CVB did a great big push about that, and they did a big press release, and but Annapolis has always been that way, and so we have great pictures of like the dog bowls outside, or the the bowls with dog treats, and yeah.
And if they come inside, which we invite them to do, we like children and dogs in the shop. We are perfectly happy. I have a speech I give mothers when they come in. And
what do you tell them?
Say it again.
What's the speech you give your mothers?
The speech I give to the mothers is they're saying, don't touch anything now, and be really careful, and hold my hand, and I take them aside and say, now, you do whatever you want, but I just want you to know that we like having children in here. There's so many interesting things in here. They should be able to touch them. They can look around. It's no problem. You need to relax, enjoy yourself here, and it's okay. So now that I've said all that, it's my responsibility if everything happens, but children never break anything. Never. They don't. And there's so many, they love this stuff. And there's lots of interesting things, so they should get to.
And you hear so many stories about people going up in their grandmother's attics and going through things. My mother has more stories about that, and they're all like this fabulously magical stories, about looking at old dresses and looking at, because her mother died when she was really, so that is really interesting. That's a cool thing that the kids can touch, because there probably aren't very many places where you can touch old, neat things, where people don't care, even at home.
And I always have a fair number of bells. So if they're in a stroller or something, I can entertain them a little bit with something, especially the bells. That's usually my fallback standby. Because the kids love bells.
Now, the Capistrano Barbershop's been there a long time, hasn't it?
No, that's one of our newest businesses.
It's new.
It's one of our newest businesses, and you can go in and get sit in a traditional barber's chair, get a traditional haircut. And shave. They
shave you with a big flat razor?
Everything. Everything.
Corey, you should go in there and take pictures and do, what you should do really is go in and talk to each of the owners and do that, because it would be cool to have pictures of that.
Sure.
If you could get somebody to agree to having their picture taken when their hair's wet and they're being shaved.
Oh, I'm sure somebody will. And the owner's name is Faraj, F-A-R-A-J. And he's a delightful guy. And doing a really nice job there. And the haircuts are only $20, standard $20.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great. And they do, you really get a lot of attention and time. And it's wonderful.
That would be a cool profile too.
Very much so.
And the bookstore?
The bookstore is right on the second block, just past La Petite Galerie. And it is a real bookstore. It's fabulous. They have a little cafe where you can get coffee or fabulous ginger hibiscus iced tea is my favorite.
It's in the garden, the cafe?
The garden's inside. The cafe is inside. It's like a little coffee bar. They have chairs where you can sit and look at books. You can spend forever in there just browsing and looking, and they're perfectly happy. They have a little walkway that goes out to the backyard with a garden, and I send everybody down there I tell them about this, make sure you go in the backyard, because Janice, one of the owners, built a house out of books. It's like a children's little house. It is the most charming thing ever. It's all different colors because it's all these different, it is literally 100% made out of books.
Wow.
It is so charming.
Okay,
I
there's
actually-
another one.
I actually have people come back to the shop to tell me how much their kids loved it.
Wow.
After I've sent them down there.
So do you see mostly visitors, or do you see a mix of downtown people that you're educating on this street that they don't know anything about, or are they all visitors to Annapolis, or?
No, it's very much of a mixture.
Uh-huh.
And in my shop, we have lots of local people who come back regularly to see what we've come up with because we have a lot of turnover.
Uh-huh.
So, so we have people who come in often
Mm-hmm.
and regularly and bring their company or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of people who are going to Galway, who are coming in and out. Sometimes I have a phone number on the door where people can call me anytime. And I've gotten calls at 9 o'clock at night from somebody who's seeing something in the window and wants to know how much it is, or will I hold it?
And do you say I have no idea because I'm not there?
No, I usually know. Or I usually have an idea.
Yeah,
Because
That's
someone's
pretty-
in there is mine.
right.
So I'm pretty good.
I thought it was cool how you said, these things are special to people before, and now you make them special for, a completely different person.
Oh, you watch the YouTube.
I did.
That's
He's-
very good for
He's
you.
good.
You're doing your homework. Yeah, that is true, because I get a lot of things because people call me to say, will I come to a house, or can they bring some things in for me to see? And that happens a lot. And sometimes they're things that they really care about or they're very attached to, or were special to somebody in their family, and so they want them. I talked to somebody yesterday, this is a good example. I sell Naval Academy plates, which are very collectible, and there's a man who has a website, a commander, who has a website about the plates because he loves the Naval Academy plates also. And he referred a woman to me who called me yesterday from Florida, who has Naval Academy plates that she wants to sell to me because she wants them to come to Annapolis, and she wants them to come to someone who will sell them to someone
Who loves them?
who will care about them. She doesn't want them to just be anywhere. And she and her husband lived in Annapolis. He was a graduate of the academy and in the Navy. And they mattered to them a lot. So she wants them to go to somebody else who they will matter to. And that happens a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I know my, ex-husband's family had a ton of antiques, and, I don't, not that I want them, but I don't, they were loved by his mother, and I really don't want to see them just, going anywhere. I want to see them go somewhere where somebody likes them.
Yeah, one of his mirrors is in my bathroom.
Really?
It's off the record.
Somebody's buying my mirrors, by the way.
Is it Jeff?
What else?
Yep.
I can't tell
God, how
that
could I
yet.
miss those? No,
Your mirrors?
no, she
Her
has
mirrors?
two exquisite mirrors similar to that.
Oh, wow.
I've just been,
I accept
You've been wanting them?
significantly bigger.
Bigger than that. Big leaners?
I
They're
don't
over
believe they
the
are.
mantle mirrors.
Oh.
They came out of a house, they're very Gone with the Wind looking.
Right.
They came out of a house where they were 2 different rooms over the fireplace mantles.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. Well, one of them's not significantly bigger than that, but one of them is.
And florists, you have York flowers. Have they been there a long time?
I believe so. I don't know so much about York Flowers. York Flowers is on the Circle.
Okay.
And I'm not as familiar with them as I probably could be.
And Flowers by James, are they still there?
No.
They-
That's where.
Oh, that's where York Flowers is. Oh, okay. I gotcha. And then Gina Fitz and Oliver's Buy, Sell, and Trade, clothing and accessories.
Oliver's Buy, Sell, and Trade is one of my favorite places and one of my favorite people. You should go in there. You would love this young girl.
I've never even been in there at all, I don't think.
You will not find anything to wear in there. I can't find anything to wear in there. It's all for these tiny, skinny, little
Oh.
young girls. But it's so delightful. And what she does is a little bit unique, although it's not totally her invention or anything. But you can bring clothes in there to sell, and if she's interested in taking them, she'll buy them, or she'll give you credit. And she has a huge following of young women. And she does all these delightful things, like every now and then she'll have young women standing in the window doing this mime or something when we have an event on the street. But she's just delightful, and she's gotten in, I'd say she's been there for, I'm guessing between 2 and 3 years. And she has a good, she has a good business and a good following.
And she's the owner?
Yeah,
And why does she call it Oliver's?
that's the name of her little boy.
Oh, cool.
And she has a new baby named Harvey.
Harvey. Now she's got to come up with an adjunct business. That's right.
But she's really doing a good job, and she's really a neat young woman.
And what about Gina Fitz?
Gina Fitz is owned by Terry and Gina Fitzsimmons, who own Details of Design. And they had, directly across from my shop, there was a Details of Design store. But they've since consolidated over onto their big place on
Bay Ridge
Road.
Road.
And so Gina Fitz is just a very nice clothing store. It's
I
not very
gotcha.
big, but they also have a following. They've been there for a long time. I don't know how long,
Long time.
but a long time. The oldest store on the street is the Annapolis Country Store, and Joyce, the owner, has been there for 40 years.
Wow.
So that's really a long time, and they bring a lot of people to the street who've been coming there forever. And we have, Galway Bay, a lot of the visitors to Annapolis have a lot of memories and a lot of stories about when Galway Bay was Little Campus.
Oh, I remember when it was Little Campus.
And it was really a popular place, and I hear so many stories about
That's
Little
funny.
Campus, because I'm just a couple doors away from them.
And so they bring a lot of people to the street, Galway Bay?
Yes, I'd say so.
And that and City Dock Coffee are the cafe are the only two there?
Yes, and the bookstore.
And that's right, because it
has
is.
a little cafe, and they also serve pastries and I think sandwiches. I'm not sure.
And City Dock is no longer owned by those Naval Academy people, right? It was sold.
It's owned by Karen Johnson, and I can't remember her husband's name. Grover, maybe. Anyway, you can find that out. But they have City Dock Coffee on a
City Dock,
City Dock, and then
right?
a smaller one.
Yeah,
Maybe-
I-
sold.
Yeah, because I remember when it was opened by the two Naval Academy couples.
We got the runners.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, was that the original? Yeah, that was the original. And then it was sold to that tall guy and his sister, and they ran it for a while. And I think this is the third owner.
I saw they had 4 locations.
Yeah, they have one out over by Chesapeake Montessori, up by College, too. I don't know where the other one is. And then you have home decor and jewelry on Maryland Avenue too. You've got Bee Home and Garden and Peak House.
Peak House has been there for a long time. I don't know how long. Ann is on the board of the ABA, and she's very active in the community also. And they do a lot of interior design work for people, and have fairly big stores. And
Do they have a
big
B&B
selection
too?
of things. No.
Because her email address, it says peakhouse@atlanticbb.net.
I don't know.
Okay,
I
interesting.
don't know what that is.
And then Bee Home and Garden at 80 Maryland Avenue?
Yeah, that's directly across the street from me.
Okay.
Also contemporary furniture and accessories, and she does design work also.
And the Smoke Shop?
Smoke shops might have been there even longer than the country store.
Oh, wow.
That smoke shop is an institution on Maryland Avenue, and I would say in Annapolis. They have a great following. They know everything. If I get a vintage lighter or a fabulous old pipe or something, I just go in there and they know everything. Francis is the owner, and he's an interesting character. It's an interesting place. That would be a good place to take some pictures, I think, because it's not something that most people would do.
Right.